no fap and letting go of no fap, letting go of the whole no fap, daily counting, weekly counting, and just letting go of it and practicing something else. No fap should be something that should be part of your life. It shouldn't be something that you have to use as like a stepping stone for confidence. Look where I've gone, look how far I've gone. I've gone 100 days, I've gone 2 months, I've gone 3 months, I've gone 4 months, I've gone 5 months, 6 months, whatsoever. It's about letting go completely, and slowly, but getting to the point where you no longer focus on that. There's other things that's more important, like going within yourself, finding out other traumas, why you got into that addiction in the first place, and how you've healed from it. Is it working? Have you gone celibacy? Has celibacy helped? Have you quit other addictions, smoking, drinking, all these addictions that comes from somewhere. It doesn't come from nowhere. It comes from somewhere that you have to rely on, maybe some abuse, childhood abuse, um, um, low self confidence, anxiety, depression, lack of self love, no home, abuse. All these things that come is why you run away to these external things, outside things, with drinking and smoking, and all these things that you get used to. It's you running away from something, right? So that's why it's good to let go of nofap completely and slowly, not completely. I won't say completely. Okay, I need to stop saying completely. But where I am, I shouldn't think everyone else is in that point, which I'm trying to let go of it completely right now. I'm trying to actually not focus on. I've got other things that I'm really focused on. Really focused on shadow work. Like I always broad course about shadow work, so that's my main thing. That's what I do exactly. And going within, finding where this all started from, what happened from childhood, from last year, from last week, from last month, from 10 months ago, all these things and figuring it out and then going within, and healing. That feeling is healing, and feeling and healing and getting to the point of changing, like how I get all my writings. As you can see, I write down or note down things. It's got nothing to do with celibacy. Maybe one of them might be with celibacy, just to keep celibacy. Some of them will be like the effect of drinking, the effect of smoke, like being a common scientist, becoming your own experiment, experimenting on yourself. What happens? Does it work now after you've done so much healing? Does it work now when you drink? Does it feel the same? Nope, it doesn't feel the same for me whatsoever. It actually makes me weaker, actually makes me faker, actually makes me feel more depressed the next day and stuff like that. It makes me, I'm much more better sober, much more happier. And then you go experiment smoking. Okay, does it feel like you need it anymore? No, childhood abuse is gone, childhood rape is gone. All these things are gone now. So I'm like, it doesn't really need it anymore. There's no escape mechanism. So these things don't help anymore. These things become negative, and you can feel it. It's actually a negative thing, but it helps only when you're on a negative side. So you're on the same frequency as that cigarette. You're on the same frequency as that drink. So you need that drink to feel good, because that's you're literally in the same frequency of depression, anxiety. But when you heal and you sort all that trauma and you heal with that trauma, you no longer need these external things. You're okay with nothing, and just food. You even start doing some research. Like for me, I'm doing research on good food. Sometimes I'm even sticking on just having just porridge. Forget the cereal. Cereal was just given to me by my housemate, which I don't even need cereal for. Yeah, I might like some charcoal crackers and made with rice grains. You know what I mean? So that's really healthy and stuff like that. But 40% low sugar. But I don't really eat chocolate. And like that way, that's got chocolate like that. I don't drink milk, so I usually get myself some soya milk and that. But I usually don't get that kind of cereal. I get porridge where I just put hot water in there, and then I put it in a boiler and cook it. And then as soon as it heats up, then that's it. I eat like that. So that's all right. So I'm sticking to these kind of things. I'm noticing these kind of things. What's good for me, like what kind of food is good for me. I might even try to do 3 days, 4 days of just porridge. 3 days or 2 days, or max 4 days. But recently, but I've tried to go for 4 days, but I think I've only reached like 2 to 3 days. Well, 2 days of porridge, just eating porridge. I've done before, like I think around 5 days of just eating lentils, just having lentils by itself, dry, no salt, nothing, no ketchup, no chili, no nothing, just dry lentils, just cook the lentils and just eating it like that. I've tried that, I've tried 1 meal a day for at least 2 months to 3 months of 1 meal a day. I've tried all these things. These are the things you have to try. You have to experiment on other things instead of just focusing on one thing, which is no fap, celibacy. That should be just part of your life, until you meet the right girl, you attract the right person. When you're in the right place, when you're no longer seeking a selfish way of seeking a relationship, of just fitting in and being in a relationship just because, hey, everyone else in a relationship, look at me, that's what society shows. If you're not in a relationship, then it's a bad thing, it's not a bad thing. It's if you're in a relationship, in the wrong way. You can become an abusive relationship. You can become in a toxic relationship. You can become where you're not even happy. You're just in a relationship because of the hell of it, or feeling guilty, or attracting the same guy in a different body who's just abusive towards you. And it's like, oh my god, this reminds me of my ex. Same thing keeps happening. Or the same girl, you're like, oh my god, this reminds me of my ex. It's the same thing, you know. People are just taking advantage of you or abusing you, or they're just as toxic, they're having a bad life themselves, so then you feel sorry for them, or you're trying to save. You could be that guy that's always trying to save a girl, and she's very toxic, and you notice later she's always attracting the same guys because she has her own problems as well, and then she's going to take on you. Same with girls who's trying to save guys or find guys or help guys, be that helper, that healer, and then she hasn't healed herself. So she's being selfishly just trying to make sure she's helping someone else to make herself feel good, instead of going within and doing her inner demons, finding her own work and where this is going from. She's selfishly just going out there like, oh yeah, I'm a nice person, I'm a kind person, look, I'm helping, stuff like that. I'm trying to help this guy, he's abusive and stuff like that. Then you understand she's with another 10 to girls who are just as broken as her, then they start becoming these man haters, or you get the guys who hate females, and you can't blame none of them, they both have the experience. So you gotta be the one to just leave that environment, understand, that's not the environment you want to be in. You don't want to be taking sides, girls are all like this and guys are all like this. It's about actually healing yourself, going within yourself and doing your own work, instead of going out there trying to save people so you can make yourself feel better, knowing deep down that you've got a lot of major problems yourself. How many times have you attracted the same people? How many times have you seen the same experience? How many times have you been in the same toxic relationship? And yet you're still going out there thinking, okay, cool, I'm going to help this girl, I'm going to save this girl, I'm going to be the right person. But deep down, you're running away from your trauma, your pain, your suffering. That's all within, your childhood, all the stuff that you are meant to be dealing with yourself. It's your personal, it's your personal demons, your personal experience, your personal life, your personal pain. You can't just go out there and just ignore it and then trying to help somebody else when you've got your own big problems, and then trying to ignore it by helping someone else selfish, by going there. But really deep down, you're helping somebody because you've got a problem. Because if you were doing all the inner work and stuff like that, you can't help nobody. Everyone has to help themselves. And then you attract people that don't need help, people that are not looking for help, people are not seeking help because they're not seeking help, because you're not seeking help, because it's all about you doing your inner work. So then you start finding people who are using the same frequency as you, same vibration as you, same energy as you, who dealt with their problems as well, who done their work as well, then you don't attract the same thing. But if you keep on going trying to save somebody every single time, saving that guy, saving that girl, you're gonna get in a cycle of just trauma, of meeting the same people, the same drama. Girl looking for Superman, ain't she not gonna find Superman anywhere? Guy finding Superwoman, she's not gonna find no Superwoman out there. The motherly in the kitchen and all these kind of things. You ain't gonna find that. That's a selfish. You gotta find yourself, and then you find a match for you, because you don't even know what you want in a relationship. When you're broken, you think that's what you want in a relationship, but that's not what you want in a relationship. As you heal and you do so much work for yourself, you notice that's not what you want in a relationship. You don't want somebody looking after you. You're your own grown ass adult. Grow the fuck up. You don't need that. Sorry for my swearing, but you don't need no one looking after you. Grow the hell up. That's part of life. You start to grow up. You start to do the inner work. You start to do the shadow work. Finding deep roots that's inside of you, and finding that and then letting it come out, and sooner working on yourself, then you don't need anyone selfishly. You don't need someone to help you. You can help yourself, you can provide for yourself, you can support yourself, you can look after, you can cook for yourself. It's nice to have somebody cook for you, but as you go and stuff like that, you start to notice what's good for your body. No one knows what's good for your body. You can't put that pressure on someone. You have to be perfect at cooking for my body. No, only I know what's good for my body. Sometimes I even eat just rice for a whole 3 days if I can. I make that as a mission, as a new experiment. I experiment on myself as like a scientist experiment or something. But you experiment on yourself. You gotta be your own experiment. What happens if I just eat rice? Does it affect me? Do I feel happier? Does my dopamine, search these things, dopamine, things that get you excited, things that make you happy? Why is my dopamine so low? Is these foods affecting me? Let me get a takeaway, see the effect. Eat 3 days of just rice, dry rice, no salt, nothing, and then go and get a takeaway after that 3 days. See the effect. Whoa, because sometimes it takes time, right, for the body to sense something else. If it's used to something, it's used to that. So it takes time, so then you eat your rice, you finish your rice for 3 days, and then you see take a takeaway and say, oh my god, look at that reaction, that's so different. I just feel miserable, I feel down, I feel like it's just drained my energy instead of gaining me energy. The takeaway. So then okay, cool, this is what takeaway does to you. Okay, oily food, this is what it does to you. So then you start and say, okay, let me go make my own food from the shop. Is this healthy for me? Get some fries, get some burgers. Is that healthy for me? No. I want to become vegetarian. Okay, become vegetarian. I want to become vegan. Okay, no. I want to stay. You just all about you finding who you are. Life is not about having somebody complete you. Life is about you completing yourself.